Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Skye and today we're doing a Shop My Stash Get Ready With Me. I'm gonna be using my February Shop My Stash rotation and we've got a lot of products to do, and typically in these like Get Ready With Me's, I like to give you little updates about my life, talk about things that are just on my mind. It's just an excuse to chat, so if you're interested in that and seeing the products from my stash, then just keep on watching. Now, if you've seen the February Shop My Stash, I'm trying to do like monthly Shop My Stashes now, just to like see if that will be interesting. And I'm kind of enjoying it. I actually really liked it. I did pick out a lot of products, but it kind of gave me like a good amount to focus on. I'm first priming my face with the NYX Marshmallow primer. And yes, the February Shop My Stash was literally just pink. Every pink product in my collection was included, essentially. And yeah, I know in that video, I did have a couple of requests to use the Lunar Beauty palette, the Strawberry Dream, so we're gonna be mostly using that today, but probably including some other shades. February was my birthday month, and I mean, typically I hate my birthday. I've never liked it. Up until last year, I've started to try and enjoy it. And this birthday was really, really sweet. I basically booked the entire week off from my day job just so I can have a week to chill, and I'll just walk you through it essentially. I'm gonna use the Uoma Beauty Stay Woke Concealer. This is like my second or third tube of it, and like there's like nothing in there. This is such a good concealer, but they haven't restocked like my shade on Beauty Bay, and I really hope they're keeping Uoma Beauty because I love this concealer and I want to repurchase it. I think they sell it on Cult Beauty. I'm in the shade Fair Lady T1. This does still have like enough product left to last me maybe another month, depending on how many times I do my makeup. But if I can't find my shade on Cult Beauty or Beauty Bay, I think I'm gonna try the Rare Beauty concealer. Okay, anyway, I got distracted. Let's talk about my birthday week. So, at the beginning of the week, I went with Greg, my boyfriend, to meet his parents for the first time. And his parents live in a different city to where we live, so we had to take the train, which is why I haven't met them earlier. And it was really fun. I like this hesitation there. It was daunting, obviously, meeting your partner's parents. I feel like it's always like a little bit scary. But I think it went really well. I love his parents. His mum's absolutely adorable, and I got to meet his cat. Put a picture of her right here, Human. I love her. She can't meow properly, so instead of like going like meow like a normal cat, she goes meow. It's so cute. And she's really small but stocky, like she's really muscular, like she is such a cutie pie, and she really liked me. So I got the cat's approval, that's the most important part. And yeah, it was just really nice seeing my boyfriend's hometown, and like his childhood bedroom was quite funny because I'm like, wow, you are such a nerd, because he has an entire bookshelf of like Star Wars figurines, like Legos, Star Wars books, and like Halo books and Doctor Who, which honestly like that sums him up very nicely. I also met his childhood best friend, who like we went on like a little nature walk because they like to go on little adventures together, and it was so much fun. It was so cute. We just like were like walking around in like the woods, and it was really fun, and we found like ponds, and I got very excited about ponds because bodies of water make me very excited. I just love them. In video games, like if there is a pond or like a lake or any form of water, I am jumping in it. And yeah, we just had a lovely nature walk, and this childhood best friend of his is getting married next month, and I'm invited to the wedding. I'm gonna go to the wedding, so we wanted to meet before the wedding, obviously. And she's so lovely. I'm like, oh, it was just really nice. It was such a lovely like few days to like get away from the city, kind of be in the countryside. Since he's basically met almost all of my family, it's quite nice that I got to meet his. I'm now using the Nabla Skin Bronzing Bronzer in Ambra, and the powder I used is my favourite, Fenty Beauty Stay Butter. No, the Butter loose powder. And honestly, for my actual birthday, I turned 22, so it's my Taylor Swift year, so it's a very big year for me. And yeah, I turned 22 on the 22nd of February. So 2202, I turned 22. Unfortunately not in 2022. For God's sake, I could have been born a year earlier and I would have been perfect, but no! The universe did not have that in line for me. But yeah, we literally just chilled. We went to a coffee shop, got some Starbucks, because I hadn't been to Starbucks in so long, and I got that new brown sugar, like, latte that they have. Like, the oat milk brown sugar latte, I believe it's called. It's so good. Oh my god. Went around a few shops just to have a look, and then we ordered Indian takeaway, which is my favourite, so had a nice chill birthday. And Greg got me probably one of the most thoughtful gifts ever. I'll go and grab it a bit later if I remember, but well, first he got me some Lush bath bombs, and then he got me my first ever tarot deck, because I don't really talk about it much on social media, but I am a pretty spiritual person. Yeah, the main reason why I don't talk about it is just because it's personal, and also, like, the few times that I have mentioned it to, like, people I know, I wouldn't say friends, they were not friends, because what friend would say this? They just made fun of me. I was like, you know, that's all fake, right? That's all stupid. Like, you're really stupid for being spiritual. So I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna share it with anybody. But yeah, without, like, going into too much detail, like, I'm not, like, tied to any specific religion. I just am very spiritual. Like, I believe, like, you know, we are connected with the world in some way, like, everything kind of, you know, all of that stuff, you know, very, like, almost hippy-dippy, sort of. I've always been this way. And I've always wanted to explore my spirituality a bit more, and I wanted to get into tarot, but the person I was with previous, like my first long-term relationship, was very not good, and he very much did not support any of that. He was very much one of those people that was like, you're stupid for thinking this way, and like would belittle me for it. Anyway, that's a long convoluted way of saying that Greg got me my first tarot deck, and he got me my first deck, and it's a Skyrim themed deck. Now, Skyrim is my favourite video game of all time. I've been playing it since 2011. I love it so much. So it was such a thoughtful gift, and also in ye olden times, and when I say ye olden times, I mean like 1700s, 1800s, and in order to get your first tarot deck, you'd have to, like, someone had to give it to you. That was mostly because it was illegal, but also, like, they believed that, like, you shouldn't be the one to choose it first. Like, it should choose you, or something like that. I could be butchering this completely, but that's what, like, I remember hearing, and so the fact that I don't think he knew that, but the fact that he got me my first tarot deck just means a lot to me. I'm very sentimental. It was really nice. And he let me do my first reading for him, and he really enjoyed it. It was such a beautiful, like, bonding moment. And yeah, it was just really beautiful. Anyway, I'm gonna stop being mushy and gushy, and we're gonna move on to blush. So I have lots of blushes to talk about. I'm not too sure what I want to do for blush today. The palettes that we have, let's look at the palettes first. We have the Nabla Cutie palette Coral, which I really love, and I've actually hit pan in this shade. I've used this palette so much this rotation, like, I'll talk about it in the actual, like, Shop My Stash video. Then we also have the Natasha Denona Love, again, palette I use so much. In this one, we also have the Oden's Eye Alva palette, which looks like this, beautiful neutral shimmers. And the final palette is the Lunar Beauty Strawberry Dream palette, which is very bright, very exciting. We're mostly going to be using this. So yeah, all in all, I had a really wonderful birthday. It was really sweet. And yeah, then the rest of the week was pretty uneventful. Just kind of was like hanging out, doing my own thing, having a nice break from my day job, which is going really well. This is technically a lip balm. This is the Rare Beauty Glossy Balm in Nearly Neutral? Yeah, Nearly Neutral. This is in my Shop My Stash, but I'm gonna use this as a lip balm because I love this product so much. Ugh. It's so moisturizing, and the color is beautiful, like, bruh. Okay, I have no idea what kind of look I want to do, but I'm first going to take this shade right here called Cloudy, put that in my crease. Oh yeah, and one other big thing that's happened in the past month is I got a new tattoo. Yes. I'm back to getting tattooed, baby. I'm filming this video on the 2nd of March and I got the tattoo yesterday. So it's very new. I'll put a picture right here because it's beautiful. It is so beautiful. I love it so much. I got it done by Heidi K Tattoo in London, in Brentwood. If you don't follow Heidi, you really should. She's like such an amazing artist and I feel like she's become a good friend of mine. I always get excited to see her. She's incredible. And she did this one. And if you know, you know. But in case you don't, it is the Dawnbreaker sword from Skyrim. See, you wouldn't guess that it's a video game themed tattoo, would you? You'd, like, if you didn't know, you'd just be like, oh, cool sword. Yeah, the placement of it is like my sternum / stomach. And I remember I got really concerned because I was like, okay, everyone says that sternum / stomach is just not fun. It's just not an exciting place to be, like, especially like in the middle of where your chebs are. It's like stingy and painful. But here's the thing, right? It was fine. Pain-wise, it felt like any other tattoo to me. Like, it wasn't exceptionally painful. It was actually quite relaxing. I'd equate it to the same as getting my chest tattooed, because I've got 2 lavenders on my chest. I would say it was like the same. It was really chill. The only thing that I found that was like kind of uncomfy was like I was scared to breathe, which you shouldn't do. You should breathe normally, but like I don't know, I felt like I shouldn't have because, you know, my stomach would move. But yeah, like it was so painless. But again, I think you should just not listen to me when it comes to tattoo pain because I don't find them that painful. If anything, I find them very, very relaxing and very soothing. Except for the wrist and the elbow ditch. Those places can go do one. But everywhere else, I'm like, oh, I love this. It's so nice. It's like like people go to spas to unwind. I get tattoos to unwind. I'm one of those fucking psychopaths. We got a nice little dusty pink base. So I think I don't really want this look to lean like peach, like red, and that's kind of more of a peachy red, so I think I'm gonna go into sunset. I will say that I did use this palette a lot for my Valentine's themed looks. It's a very good palette for that. Yeah, those are the main things that have been going on in my life. What's been going on with you lot? Did you have a nice Valentine's Day? Did you do anything, or like were you just having a nice self-care me day? I didn't even talk about my own Valentine's Day. I spent it with Greg. We went to like a big shopping mall in my city that's kind of like a little bit far out. And we were gonna watch a movie and get a Build-A-Bear. However, the Build-A-Bear workshop was closed and I was really upset. They were closed for like remodeling and I'm so sad. I wanted to get a Build-A-Bear and there's a specific one that I really want. I really want the river otter. Put a picture of it here. Oh, I love it so much. It's such a sweetheart. Look at it. Mainly because also I call Greg my little otter because he looks like one. Do you ever have that thing, right, that everyone looks like an animal? Like, is that just me? Because I've said this to a few people and they've been like, what the fuck are you on about, Skye? Oh, another thing actually. A couple of like health related things. So I've developed eczema. That's something new. It's specifically like on my hands and feet. You can't really tell. It's not that bad today, but like my skin is just itchy all over and it's been like this for a few months and I think it was because I got like a weird flu or something. Like it got triggered by that. So yeah, when I was sick, I developed eczema. I think because my immune system was fucked. And yeah, it was very stressful, especially because I had no idea what was going on. And I have medical OCD, so you can imagine it was a great time for me. Yeah, that's another health condition to add to the list. Love that for me. Before we get into the next thing, I'm gonna go into Strawberry Moon. So yeah, the other health related thing, and I'm going to see if I can go to a doctor and get formally diagnosed. However, it's really difficult, like when it comes to this sort of thing. And I'll just say it. I've come to the realization that I am autistic. And I don't say that lightly, okay? Because I've had a suspicion for a few years now, and I do remember like being 14 and my psychologist like suggesting to me that I might be autistic, and I was like, nah fam. I just didn't believe it. I was like, there's no way, like, this is like not anything special. But the older I've gotten and the more that I've started to like give less of a shit about what other people think and kind of just let myself be myself fully, things are adding up. A lot of things are adding up when it comes to autism. And like, I remember this one conversation I had with my mum was quite powerful actually, and it really got me like seriously like thinking about it. And it's the fact that we were talking about how as a kid my mum always knew that I was very different to my brother. And obviously people are different to their siblings, like that is normal, like everyone is unique and different in their own way. But my mum said that with me, she had to approach things a lot differently with me. Like with behavioral things, and like as a kid, I very much thrived being on my own and I was very independent. But as a kid, like I had to be approached with a lot of things differently, and I'd have like obviously I do have like mental health conditions as well as like potential most likely autism. But the way that I reflect on my childhood, and a lot of it is like so in line with an autistic child. Like I would specifically, and to this day I still specifically eat out of the same bowls and forks. Like I have this one fork, this one vilushka, that's mine. And it was, I like said that it was mine from like age 3. And since I'm 22 now, that's my vilushka. If anyone uses it, I freak out. I can't deal with it. And a lot of like things like that, and I do get like, I am extremely sensitive to like sound, and I do get like sensory overload, and I do have to like mentally prepare myself for a lot of things. And again, I didn't really think too much about that because I was like, yeah, that's normal, surely. However, as I've like kind of grown up and realized, oh no, that's not a universal experience. Like a lot of things that I thought were universal were not. Like I was like, oh yeah, everyone has like there's no way that I'm autistic because everyone has like hyperfixations that they really enjoy. Like, you know, it's not like, you know, people have things that they enjoy. It doesn't mean it's a hyperfixation. But like there's a difference between liking something and like being like a fan of something and literally wanting everything to do with something and having that consume your entire personality and life, and that's the only thing you can discuss. For an example, my earliest hyperfixation was umbrellas. I had a collection of umbrellas when I was a kid. We would go to Australia to visit before we moved there. What did I want? Not toys. I wanted an umbrella. I wanted umbrellas. Anytime it was raining, I would whip out all of my favourite umbrellas. We would go anywhere. And I'd bring an umbrella with me. I needed my umbrellas. I needed my comfort umbrellas. And I'm very, very specific with like textures of things, and like with a lot of things, like it really like bothers me to a severe degree. And like, I don't know, I feel like I'm not explaining it so well because I find it really difficult to like convey what's in my head to like into words. Maybe other people who are neurodivergent can feel the same way about this. But yeah, like even then, like a lot of my friends that are really close to me who are like neurodivergent, a lot of them have said like, when I've mentioned like, guys, I actually think I'm autistic, they're like, you only just found out? They're like, we've known for years. Like, not known, but like, they're like, it's so obvious, you know? And I was like, yeah, but like, you never think twice about it, you know? I think for my lid shade, I'm gonna use one of the loose pigments that's in this Shop My Stash. This is from Titmouse Cosmetics, and it's in the shade Prague. It is so pretty and sparkly. I've just kind of been on a journey of like discovering more about who I am and kind of letting myself let go, because I feel like I've been masking for so long, especially like being in that like not great relationship and not good mental health space did not help in the slightest. If anything, it escalated things further, because any time I would stim, because I know that I have verbal stims and like physical things that I do, and I remember like he hated it. He would use that against me. And thankfully, like, I'm so grateful that I have a partner who's, like, so sweet about it, and, like, we joke about it a lot of the time, and it doesn't bother him in the slightest, so, like, I'm extremely lucky. I know it, like, it's not the be-all end-all, but I have, like, I've asked some of my other friends who are autistic, and I was like, hey, I really think that I am. How do I navigate this? Like, do you have any advice? And a lot of my good friends have said to me, like, look, try, like, doing some, like, tests online. Like, do a lot of them, see how you go. And just, because, you know, it can be a good indicator. Obviously, it's not there to diagnose, it's kind of there to give you a bit of, like, you know, I guess clarity's not the right word, but it's to give you, like, a bit of, like, like, it's like a little bit of an information source. So I was like, okay, I'll do a shitload of, like, those tests. Because I was like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I may as well. Every single test that I did was like, very clear signs of autism. And I was like, okay, alright. So yeah, I'm kind of on a journey when it comes to exploring more of my neurodivergence. Because again, I thought that a lot of things that were autistic traits were just kind of like, because obviously being neurodivergent, a lot of things cross over. And I do have diagnosed like OCD. And there's a lot of overlap with autism and OCD, but at the same time, if you have OCD, you are also very likely to be autistic. Like, there are statistics showing this. Same with ADHD. So, yeah, that's been something that I've kind of been discovering more about myself, and I really feel like, right, I am determined to make this year my year. I want to be thriving and really, like, being happy with myself and just kind of, like, allowing myself to fully be, like, free to an extent. And I feel like I am the happiest I have ever been right now. Like, I'm full of happiness right now. Obviously things are stressful, I mean, that's life, but I'm feeling really positive about everything. And I'm really great. I'm feeling great. And it's so welcoming. I'm like, wow, I finally have caught a break. I probably won't post this look to Instagram because it's so simple, but like, I'm enjoying playing. I'm gonna take Blue Diamond, this iridescent right here, and just kind of put that on my inner corners. Moving on to blush. So I have like 4 blushes to use. We have the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush in Joy, which I have used so much, so I'm probably not going to use this today because I've been using it so much. It's actually ridiculous. I love this blush so much. We also have a Rare Beauty like sachet sample packet, and the shade Bliss is in here, and I really want to buy this shade. I think I probably will soon. I've been really enjoying that too. We also have the Nabla Skin Glazing Blush in Truth, the Fenty Beauty Strawberry Drip Cream Blush, and the, what are you called? I always forget. The Patrick Tar, like, cream blush in, She's Baked. Well, it's cream and powder. Again, this is one that I've been using so much, so I might not use this one today. I think I'm gonna use a mixture of these two. Really liking layering this on top of other blushes. It's just so nice. And we're gonna use this bad boy. Oh, love this. Love this cream so much. Also, let me know your favorite cream blush formulas, because, like, I'm not a cream product user, really. Like, I don't like cream or stick bronzers or highlights, but blush, I fucking love cream and liquid blush. I've been wanting to try the Tower 28 ones, but at the same time, they look so glowy that I don't know if they would be too much for my skin. And I'm gonna dust on a bit of that blush from Nabla. I just yeeted my brush and I've dropped so much shit, oh dear. Okay, I'm gonna finish off my makeup, like I'm gonna do brows finish up my eyes, freckles, and we'll do lips together on camera because I've been here talking at you for a very long time. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so everything else is done. So now it's time to, I forgot to put on highlight. Hang on a minute, we're not done. I had the Kaleidos Diamond Dasher highlight in my Shop My Stash. Completely forgot to use it, so let's just dust that on my cheeks real quick. Oh, how did I forget to use that? That is so gorgeous. Oh my god, like. Fam. Nah. Besties. Do you see that? Do you see that tiny little pan right there? I hit pan on it! Yes! Yes! Let's go. Let's fucking go. Oh, I'm so glad that I decided to wear this today. So glad I didn't completely forget. Okay, lip products. We do have quite a few options. So obviously we have that Rare Beauty Glossy Lip Balm, which, oh, it feels so good on my lips. But we also have 2 Kaleidos ones, 2 lip clays in Wild Apple and Bear. We also have the Rare Beauty Kind Words lipstick in Wise, which is kind of a more like brownie colour, which is really pretty, but I don't think I'll wear this today. And then we also have this lipstick, which I probably will wear. It's the Jason Wu Beauty Hot Fluff in Gingerbread. This one. These lipsticks are underrated. They're so good. Wipe off that lip balm. Should probably get a tissue, but oh well. And we're just gonna... like, look at that pigment. I barely did anything. Okay, I tried to smudge that lip line a bit just to make it not as precise. I think I kind of failed, but do I really care enough to fix it? Not really. This was just a bit of a playtime, to be honest. I don't really want it to be super perfect, but this is the final look. Super simple, but really pretty. I really like it so much. I don't know, whenever I look at Strawberry Dream, right, I just want to create like really pretty, like, simple looks. Like, that's just what I get gravitated towards. Like, I feel like I should do like a 2 looks video to try and do some like more creative things, but at some point I will. But anyways, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do let me know, what do you want to see for the next Shop My Stash? Now, that's a bit of a stupid question because I am going to film that right after this one. Let me know what are your favourite pink makeup products, actually. What are your favourite pink makeup products? Because we used a lot of pink today. If you'd like to see more makeup content from me, then you can follow me on my Instagram. It's faerie.skye right here. I post all my looks there and I'm active on there every single day. And if you'd like to support me further, I do have my own small business, Rain Cloud Candles Co. We're a small queer-owned business based in the UK and we make handmade candles and wax melts. The link to shop will be down below, along with our social media if you'd like to support us. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you here. And as always, stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!